Last time on our Curse of Strahd playthrough, Darkness That Surrounds Us, you guys had made your way out of this strange wilderness, trekking across the land looking for some missing children that had apparently been taken by rumored to be werewolves that were stalking nearby farms and villages outside of the city of Daggerford. You found yourselves surrounded by strange lands, mountains, and strange mists as you traipsed through the woods that seemed out of place, following tracks and trails, eventually coming upon large gates in the mist, finding yourselves in some sort of strange land, a dead body with a note proclaiming that this land was poisoned and to stay clear. Finding nowhere else to rest, you made camp by a river that ran nearby, which coursed through some swampland to the south, eventually deciding that the swamps were relatively impassable, headed back towards the road, where you had noted there to be the outskirts of some sort of village, seeing smoke rising from chimney stacks in the distance. Arriving in the outskirts of a small village named Barovia, you found yourselves before several boarded-up row houses, taverns boarded up, most of the village seemingly empty, with a few people around. Two children standing outside of one of the houses proclaimed that, or told you that there was a monster in their house, and that their baby brother was inside in the nursery. Moving into the house to try to rescue the babe, you found eventually this not to be true. The children, illusions created by some sort of monstrous entity to lure unsuspecting adventurers into the house. The children, long since dead, starved to death by their parents that had locked them in an attic room. You found no signs of said child, although you did note it to be in a family portrait. The house, seemingly normal, but upon closer inspection, worked into the woodwork and portraits and pictures, images of skulls, snakes, serpents, other images of torture and death were hidden amongst the artwork. Upon the the lower floors were well kept, dusted and clear. The higher floors, less so. On the third story, a suit of magical armor defended the hall and attacked you. Managed to defeat it. Entering into the nursemaid's room, you were attacked by a spirit of a murdered young woman that was apparently the nursemaid for said child at one point. Not finding the body of the child, however. You did discover a secret staircase leading up to the attic where you found the bodies of the children locked in their rooms by their parents. They told you that the previous owners of the house had kept this monster, or whatever it was, locked in the basement. They had never seen it, but they could certainly hear its cries, its terrible sounds. You found in a chest in the room where the children told you the secret stair heading into the basement was, the murdered body of a young woman that matched the sort of look of the spirit that you found in the nursemaid's chambers. Stabbed to death, her decaying remains found inside of a locked chamber chest. You, Bagmo, had become possessed by the spirit of Rosavalda, who did not want you to leave, but was able to impart to you the knowledge of the secret stair in the attic. And that's where we find you all now, in the attic room, at the top of the steps. And I'll take you there now, as you have uncovered the secret stairway. You all are here, outside of the secret stair, inside of this room. Bagmo, Wet Rock, I don't know where you're at, Wet Rock. I see Ergoth, and I see
on the stairwell.
Ah, okay. Bagmo and Wetrock are actually on the stairwell. Bert Beasley and Ergoth McCoy are nearby, as you, Wetrock, have discovered the secret stair. You just found the hacked up body inside of the chest inside of this room. Upon discovery of the body, what does Bert Beasley, what are you thinking?
I think that those children, have really been pulling one over on us. And now
Hmm.
I'm very curious to explore, the rest of the house. It seems like everyone has been dead for quite some time, and there's a real mystery afoot.
What does Ergoth think of the where you're at now? Bagmo, I'll note one thing that I forgot to mention in the recap is that Bagmo ran to the balcony uh, outside of the nursemaid's chambers on the lower floor, on the third floor, opened it and saw that the street was entirely invisible and that fog had surrounded basically the entire home. So, what is Ergoth thinking?
This all makes me very uneasy. I have been sort of loitering out in this hallway here, and I am, I think, going to go in here and join Bert, and then sort of fully appreciate firsthand some of this situation.
As
When
you go in there, you see the body inside of the chest that they've discovered.
Right. Um, I'd like to investigate it.
Okay. As you roll investigation for me.
Okay. To see if I notice anything interesting that's supplemental here.
Yeah. It has multiple stab wounds on it. It's old and more preserved than it should be for given the age you'd estimate, but it has clearly been stabbed multiple times in multiple different directions. And with a 17, you can tell that it's not stabbed by a single knife, but like it has been killed by being stabbed by multiple people, like attacked and stabbed to death, just cut to pieces. And it is clearly the face of the young spirit that you saw. And she is wearing like a nursemaid's uniform.
Interesting. And she's more preserved, you said, than I would suspect would be the case.
Somewhat, although there's clearly signs of decay.
Got it. It does bother me, just the nature of how this person was dispatched, and given our environment and that there are clearly spooky things afoot and also unnatural things. I am once again, my gut reaction is to burn the body, because part of this is my nature, because fire, but also these things we keep coming across are clearly, and I'm thinking of this in terms of like sort of diseased and just unnatural, and it's not good to leave things like that floating around. And so I'm going to keep that to myself, though. I think I'm not going to propose to burn it, but I am going to mumble something to the effect of, this should be burned or done away with. There's no good keeping this here. And I'm just going to start, I guess, loitering around the room with Bert and just taking in the environment.
Yeah, in the room as you're wandering around, it's dusty and packed with old furniture and chairs. There are mirrors and dressing mannequins covered with sheets, almost as if you'd expect one of them to rise up as a ghost after you. So I think you're a little bit uneasy with all this furniture covered over with sheets.
Oh, 100%.
Bagmo, you have found the secret stair where Rosvalda told you to push on the wall, and it opened up. There it is, a spiral staircase built into the wall that seems to descend down, 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 down.
What is the little creepy voice in my head telling me to do?
She's not really talking to you. She's just, she's, I would say, afraid.
Well, if Ergo has the feeling that he should burn everything with fire, if it feels a little creepy, my impulse would be to charge in and smash it up. So I think it's time for us to go down these stairs and find out what's in the basement.
Okay. Wet Rock stepped away. So, is everyone in agreement with that? Bagmo calls
Let's
out.
do it.
Bagmo calls out to Urgoth. How are you guys looking? How's everybody feeling? Besides,
I
just
didn't get hit in that last fight, so I'm okay.
Besides just emotional and mental, how is everybody like injured wise? People hurt?
I'm not doing super.
I didn't take any hits.
Urgoth, are you needing healing or rest or something?
I'm at 8 right now.
Oh, Bert Beasley comes along and slaps you on the back, and he tells you, let me consult my spreadsheets here real quick.
I've got a couple of salves that would be great. You don't mind the onion under the underarm, do you?
All right. What does Bert Beasley do?
So he consults his spreadsheets, and he notices that there's some new policies in place that allow you to be healed 5 health points.
Oh my goodness.
So
yeah.
You write an insurance policy for him? That's how you do healing, is by issuing riders to a policy?
Of course. How else would you heal? I don't.
What we do
at Gorkin Sons.
One might say that the tables of my health have been pivoted.
There we go.
And I'm very grateful.
All right. Wet Rock. How's Wet Rock feel about this staircase in this attic? What do you...
I think, this is the second time he's been totally duped and like with his whole heart believed that what he was being told was true. So I think, his pride hurts a little bit, but in response to that, he's just going to charge.
Charging downwards.
Charging downwards.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll deal with the crisis of self later.
Okay.
But it's there. And it's
you guys start heading down the spiral staircase. And there's absolutely no doors or windows anywhere else. It only seems to open in the attic where you came from, and nowhere else. Down, you had 1 story, 2 story, 3 story, 4 story, further and further, until eventually let me bring you to where you come out. One moment. Until you eventually come out. Here. As you're here, you all can hear in the background. Let me describe what you see first. The wooden spiral staircase from the attic ends here. There's a narrow tunnel stretching before you, branching out to what would be the east and west to your left and right. As you arrive here, you can hear this eerie, incessant chant echoing throughout. It's impossible to gauge where exactly it's coming from. But I think in the background, even now, you can sort of hear this repeating, like chanting happening.
Can we make out, any of what language they might be chanting in?
Roll perception. It seems to be common, but it's hard to discern the words.
Does it sound like a lot of people, or can we hear many voices?
It's definitely a chorus of voices.
They sound dead.
You clearly can't tell that. You just hear the sounds of this drone.
I guess,
You can,
do they sound
just-
like wind?
Actually, just listen for yourself.
Okay. Yeah, there's some ghost shit going on here.
Partially to make myself feel better in this very uneasy environment, and also to help us see a little bit better in this what I believe is this basement. I'm going to, as a cantrip, use produce flame, and basically a fireball sort of appears in my hand, and I can walk around with it, and it sheds light in a 10-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 10 feet.
Okay. So
And if anything looks at me funny, I can throw it at them.
You have light.
We have light. I'll share it with everybody.
You have light.
Never minding the fact that that's kind of how light works. It's hard to keep it to oneself.
That is true. Light ownership is a that's a tough case in court.
Well, should we move towards this chanting? Maybe that's what's going on with
Yeah.
all these children ghosts and
I'm
ghouls.
feeling very drawn towards the chant.
Okay, so you can't tell which direction it's coming from. There's now like left and right, or sort of up and down directions here.
We can't tell where the noise is coming from.
No, it's just echoing through all of the halls. At least from where you're at, you can't tell right now.
Oh.
Well, we'll find it eventually.
Well,
there's only one thing to do, and that's to flip a coin.
I'll flip it, I guess. We're rolling a
To the right.
There.
We would also
Up here.
we would also need a 3-sided coin given the number of directions.
Bagmo, as you sort of round up that way, there are several crypts that seem to have been hewn out of earth. Each of the crypts is sealed with a stones. Well, some of them are sealed with stone slabs. The ones before you there are stone slabs leaning against the wall. You
Like
can't
they've
read.
been opened.
You can't read the stones or anything, but they're sort of leaning against the wall. From where you're standing, you can't tell.
Oh.
Do we want to continue this way or scoot down and go the other way?
Well, just consulting the risk assessment chart, it really seems like there's no easy way out. Danger everywhere.
Okay. I'll scooch forward a little bit more.
As you scooch forward, you're able to see 2 stone crypts with the stones leaning on the side. The one down here below you, you can just barely make out a name on it. But you can't read it from where you're at. The one above it, you don't see any writing on.
All right, what's written on this one?
As you approach it, you see the name Walter Durst written on it. And you recall Walter was the name of the baby.
That explains Fred Durst.
Okay, and then this is
Rolling,
a
rolling,
dead end.
rolling.
A dead end over here.
As you look into there, the crypt is empty.
Oh.
Oh shit! Are they
Didn't
doing
we
something
didn't
weird
we
with
see
this
their
baby?
bones? I mean, didn't we pick up some bones in that room?
The baby's crib was empty.
Oh yeah, got you. It was the older brother and sister
Yeah.
that I backpacked.
right.
And now
So
I'm
should we go
walking-
down this other direction now?
I think so. I think so.
As you head that direction, Bagmo, you notice a set of steps heading down into some sort of open room that you can't really see unless Urgoth moves ahead of you with light.
Yeah, I'll stay close to whoever's leading.
Urgoth, as you sort of push down there, there's a set of shallow steps that lead to a room with a wooden table and 4 chairs standing around it. To the immediate south, there are some alcoves that contain what looks like moldy straw pallets. That would be like some sort of bedding chambers.
Bedding chambers, yeah.
Should we investigate?
Sure.
Who has a sleepover in a crypt? This is a
Right.
weird family.
They were
Someone
probably
smarter than
they
me
were.
should investigate because I have just rolled a 0.
Oh,
What are we
no.
investigating?
Like these pallets to kind of figure out
Okay.
maybe what was sleeping here.
I'll roll an investigation in the one that I'm on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really, all you find here is just moldy straw. It's clearly old.
Stinks.
Um,
Whole room stinks.
What does Urgoth think of this? Like, I can tell Urgoth's very uneased.
I am extremely uneased. I am going to cautiously poke in my head in this alcove at the very bottom here. And if something jumps out at me, I'm going to incinerate it.
As you do, you don't see anything. You see a moldy straw pallet before you.
Mhm.
What's over this way?
As you head over that way, there's another set of small steps that appear to head downwards. You can't see well unless Urgoth brings light.
Are we gonna go down the creepy stairs?
So dark
Gotta
vision,
keep going down.
dark vision's not really helping.
I know.
In this situation.
It is. You can see. It's just, or it helps with Urgoth and the light.
Okay.
But yeah, I've basically given you all dark vision because so many people have it that it's not.
All of us have it, except I don't know if Urgoth has it.
I
got
actually do not.
Yeah.
But I'll just set everything on fire and it'll
He's
be
got
fine.
The flame.
Yeah.
The flame of the ancients. Yeah.
All right,
All right.
let's scooch down a bit. Do we hear anything?
As you sort of enter this area, there is a. It's a little loud. Turn it down a
Drums.
bit. Yeah. As you
Special-
enter this area, there is a 4-foot diameter well shaft with a 3-foot high stone lip in the center of this room. There are 5 side rooms around here that you can see where you're at.
Bert Beasley would like to take a look in this well and see what he can see down in there.
Okay.
Here.
Roll perception. It goes down about 30 feet or so.
Hmm.
There is a wooden bucket hanging from a rope and pulley mechanism that's bolted to a crossbeam above it. And there seems to be some sort of cistern or something deep down below. But you don't see anything. You don't see anything in the bucket, and you see still black water at the bottom.
Bert Beasley would like to drop that bucket down and bring up some of this water.
Mm,
It splashes into the water, and you're able to draw it up. It is still and has sort of a foul scent to it.
Hmm. Well, Bert Beasley is impressed that they took safety precautions by having this source of water down here. You know, in case anyone was maybe walking around with a fistful of fire while down in here. So
Mm. Yep.
That
So-
would be something of a fire hazard.
right.
Can
Yeah.
I see what I can determine about the water? I think I know. I probably would know a thing or two about
Yeah, sure.
water by the way it smells. Or
Yeah. Roll me perception, I guess.
yeah. Let me just get there.
As you're looking around, you can see there are also rooms around this that have what look like beds that are better beds than the straw mats that you saw previously. They seem to be more made and as if they would be for maybe more important people or something. Wet Rock, the only thing you can really discern is that this would be bad whiskey water. It's
Yep.
it's
Is this a
yeah.
little
And
like
I'm disappointed.
bedroom
Yeah.
up
Say
here?
again? Yes.
Is this
As you look in there, there is there's a chest in there, and there's a bedroll, a wooden framed bed with a moldy straw mattress, and a chest there. There's an iron padlock on the chest.
unless anyone knows how to pick locks, I guess I should try and smash this bad boy open.
Smash away.
Yeah, roll me like an attack roll or a strength check, whichever however you want to do it. You want to try to just pull it off with your hands, roll strength, and if you want to smash it, roll an attack roll. Yeah, with a 22, you smack it and it just collapses off.
That thing went into a black hole.
All right, what's in this weird old chest?
As you open it up, there is a pouch that looks sort of strange there, and it's like a coin pouch or something.
Should we try to eat it?
It's like leather or something.
Hmm.
Do you pick it up, Bagmo?
Yeah, I'll gingerly pick it up.
As you pick it up, Bagmo, it gives you sort of the heebie-jeebies. Roll me perception.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hell,
Bagmo,
yeah.
Bagmo, you empty it out, and there are 11 gold pieces and 60 silver pieces. But as you turn it over and empty it out, the thing that gives you the biggest creeps is that clearly the pouch has hair on it, and there's a little bit of like what looks like maybe a tattoo on part of it where it's been sewn together, and it becomes clear that this is made out of human skin.
Do not want. Drop it.
But you have the gold and silver pieces.
Okay.
As you emptied it
Bakamo
out,
can't do math, so someone else will have to figure that out. She can only count on her fingers. Skylar, you're muted. So I kind of shoved the gold over to Bert.
Do something with this, rich man.
We still can't hear you.
You're muted. It may not be muted. You may
Yeah,
have.
I was muted. I had to do a thing. Yeah, Bert Beasley, he can turn this 20 gold and 60 silver into anything from 0
11
gold and
It was
0
11 gold. Can you turn it into 4 equal portions?
11 gold and 60 silver.
Well, he can invest it for you in a non-fungible token. It's kind of like it's a ghost-based currency. It's on the rise.
You were the first person to bring NFTs into D&D.
Did you just call them a ghost-based currency?
A ghost-based currency.
Okay.
You know, it's useful for different realms.
It's almost.
Bakamo likes to put her money in her pocket because she understands pockets and she doesn't understand markets. So whatever a quarter is of that.
You could just keep it all in your pockets then. Yeah, just put it in your pockets then.
Let's see, it's 10 gold silver to a gold. I mean 10 silver to a gold, right? Jeff.
Yes.
Yeah, but this was kept in an old.
So we all get 3 golds.
Hell yeah. And I guess maybe I uncorked the whiskey that I made earlier and passed the bottle around. See if everybody needs.
Oh, I'm not drinking any of that shit. Hell no. My body is a temple.
Well, it was a pretty soggy temple a few days ago.
You get 1 gold and 12 silvers.
I'm taking a swig because I am.
How much of a swig are you taking?
You know, it's a dwarven swig, so
like enough to affect
it's like a 5-second pull, maybe we'll call it that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I might
roll
be
me
a little bit,
roll
but
me
I'm distraught. I've done nothing but disappointment.
Okay. Here's how this is going to affect you. Roll me a con save. I'm making up my own mechanics for this. This is Dungeon Master rules here. Constitution save.
It's coming. Motherfucker.
Okay. We'll save that for a special time.
No, it's all working for character development though. This is the path I was on.
You're not drunk. You're not poisoned. You just you're not going to get the benefits of the whiskey.
Right.
The way that I've got it. If he gets the benefits of the whiskey, he'll be more charismatic and he might get more dexterous to a point. If he drinks too much, he gets less dexterous and less charismatic and eventually poisoned. So like think about like you're more a bonus to your charisma and maybe like you're actually a little bit more fluid and then but you overdo it.
So it's like how half of the martini at Top Golf made me better at Top Golf.
There you
and
go.
then the second half made me worse.
So Ergoth, as you're looking down there, you also see another room with a like a bunk with a moldy straw mattress and another chest.
Since I didn't see anything interesting in the mattress from the other room, I don't think I'm going to spend any time with this bed, but I am going to investigate the chest here.
There is a rusty iron padlock on it.
Okay.
Happy to smash. Do not want to open any more chests myself. I'll smash it for you and you look in there.
Yeah, Wet Rock is probably going to take a leak on one of those the straw beds.
Okay, you do that, Wet Rock. All right, Bagmo's smashing.
Meanwhile, I move aside so Bagmo can smash the lock. I said, ladies first.
All right, Bagmo. Do it for him. With a 12, you smack it, but the lock holds fast, but it lets out a loud ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink. You want to try again? This time, although she's made some noise and a smash, the lock gives way and pops loose.
All right. I open it up, and as I do so, I turn around to Bagmo and says, I'll share whatever lovely surprise waits here within this chest.
There is a short sword in there.
Ooh.
And the blade appears to be made out of some sort of nicer metal. Looks like silver.
Oh my goodness. Do I based off of everything else I've seen in this house, I'm looking at the hilt and at everything about it. Like, are there any skulls on it? Is it dripping blood from the end of it? Is it a tame, civilized instrument?
There is a windmill worked into the hilt.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really lovely. Okay, Bagamo, when I said I was going to share, I looked down in the chest to see if there's anything else, by the way.
There is not. There is not.
I meant I was going to share this other skin sack with you.
Um.
Short swords aren't really my thing.
All
So
right.
you have that.
Well, wait, Bagmo. I found something here at the bottom. Just to give me a minute. And let's see here if it'll let me do this. Oh, it will not. Oh, darn. How many copper in a gold piece?
100.
100? Okay, so we're going to subtract that, and then I'm going to give
Pennies,
myself.
pennies, dimes, dollars.
Got it. Okay, so I say, Bagamo, I did find you something right here, and then I definitely pop a copper out of one of my vest pockets, and then say, here, this was in the very bottom. I'm sorry. There just wasn't much in
Thanks.
there. But
Every
I'll,
little bit counts, right?
that's right.
Especially
That's
for the
right.
offerings.
All right.
You got to tithe and whatnot.
Bert Beasley, you also see another room around the corner over there as they're doing that, looking at that sword.
Bert Beasley wants to go into the room and
Yeah.
see what there is to see.
Similarly, a wooden framed
Smells
bed
like
with
piss in there.
a piss-covered straw mattress,
Oh,
soaked in recent urine. There is also a chest with a rusted iron lock on it.
Bert Beasley is going to ignore the urine-soaked bed and go take a look at this chest.
Yeah, it's a wooden chest. It's got a iron lock on it that looks like it's quite rusted.
He's gonna give it a tug and just try to yank it off.
All right, give me a strength check. With a good hard pull, yeah, the lock eventually, like, just the metal is so rusted it pops and the mechanism springs fall out and it opens.
And what is inside of this chest here?
There is a black leather pouch.
Oh, I'd like to pick it up and
Oh, I'm
see if
sorry.
it's
No, not a pouch. It is a black leather eye patch.
an eye patch.
An eye patch.
Well, he'd
There
like
is a-
to
there's
pick
a
it up and
yeah.
see if this eye patch is made of leather or human leather.
Roll me perception or investigation.
What about medicine?
Sure.
He knows his skin.
You think maybe so, yeah. The other thing you notice is that there's a carnelian, which is sort of like a brown gemstone that is sewn into the eye patch made out of dyed, probably human skin. That the carnelian is nice. It's sewn into there, but it makes almost like an orange eye where the eye would be over the patch of human flesh.
Interesting.
To Bert Beasley, who is an accountant and capable of numbers, it's clear to you that this carnelian would be worth about 50 gold pieces.
Now, does the is it sewn on? It's where the eye should be if someone had
Yeah,
an
like
eye?
imagine like a black patch with like a eye-shaped gemstone sewn onto the eye patch.
Bert Beasley, he doesn't want to put it on, but he kind of wants to peer through it as if, it would look as if someone were to wear it.
You see nothing. It's sort of black on the backside, like it would cover.
Bert Beasley is going to do an Arcana check to see if it's a magic eye.
Okay, roll Arcana.
Damn, killing it.
Bert, you don't recognize anything arcane.
Well, he's
There's
just
no
gonna...
arcane sigils about it, and you don't see anything that you have no recollection. So an Arcana check like measures your recollection of arcane items. You don't recognize anything arcane like this, and you don't see any arcane sigils on it.
Well, he thinks it's just fancy, and he's just gonna pluck the gem right out of the leather.
Okay.
What was that called again?
Carnelian. kind of like an orangish gemstone.
Got it. Okay.
Imagine like a red orange eye.
He's just gonna hold on to that, for a later date.
Bert knows that it'd be worth about 50 gold pieces.
Nice.
There is one other room that has not been explored. And there's
Is
this one
one
over
up
here.
here.
No, it's this one over here.
What
I'll
about
check
this
it out.
other one?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that hasn't been explored either. So 2 rooms. Here, the one that you're at, Bagmo, same thing. Chest, iron lock.
I'd like
Is
to
there
try. Oh, you go ahead.
Do you need any help smashing, or are you gonna do it on your own with your new sword?
Actually, I think I will take a whack at it with my. Wait a minute. What? The chest is made of wood, right?
Yes.
Oh. Well, it would defeat the purpose probably to burn it. Okay, so I will hit it with my Wickelwa.
Okay. Hit it with your
Burn this door down and get in this house.
hit it with your wigwam. Your wigwam. You take your big stick and smack it, and it makes a cut into the wood of the chest, but you don't cleave the lid of the chest in half, but you knock a chunk of wood out of it. It makes a good smacking sound as you do.
Okay. Do I have the option of giving it another whack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like-
I'll give it one more whack and see if it's impervious to my charms.
This time you give a good smack, and the lid sort of loosens to where you could you sort of break one of the hinges, and you're able to or maybe like you break some of the boards of it so
Mhm.
that you can see down into it and look down in the chest. And what you see down in there as you look down in is several pieces of black cloth that are folded over, covering something.
So I take the blade of the Wickelwa and because I am not touching this thing. And so basically I'm leaning over it with my flame in my hand, and I'm just sort of unfolding this package or parcel with the blade of my Wickelwa.
As you do so, you see some stones that look like they're polished stones. And they're mostly white, but they have veins of green running through the stone, like veins of an artery or something like that.
Fascinating. Let's see.
Like veins of green, almost like lightning or like arterial, running through this white stone with like green veins running through it, covered over by these black cloths.
Okay. I guess I will take possession of these vein stones.
You can roll me history to see if you know what kind of rocks they are or anything about them if you want.
Sure. Ooh.
With a 21, you recognize them as moss agates. They're probably worth about 10 gold each.
What?
You find 3 of them.
Okay. Cool. I think that's my exploration finish of this room. Assuming there's nothing else in the chest.
Nothing else. And if y'all are just exploring, there was one other room.
Yeah, this one up top.
Yeah.
Wet rock, were you gonna smash it?
I
Or-
thought about it.
I'll
But then
smash
the
it for
bed
you
was
if you want.
pretty comfortable. Yeah, you go for it.
You wail into the lock, but
Yeah.
on the second strike, you knock it loose. And the chest's lock falls away.
All right, and what have we got?
Crack that bad boy open. What is
And-
inside?
Inside of there, you see a hairbrush. Made out of maybe like ivory or something. It's sort of this white material. There are what look like silver bristles on this ivory brush.
Maybe it is fancy, but I am not really wanting a used hairbrush from a haunted house. So if anybody else wants to pick that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
I take it and I put it in the bag with the remains of the 2 kids. And I don't even really make a big deal of it. I just kind of, she drops it back in there, doesn't want it. And then as we're both walking out of there, maybe I pick it up.
Okay, Wet Rock, I want you to mark this down on your sheet somewhere. Ivory hairbrush. And if you would mark for me page 218.
All right, ivory hairbrush, page 218.
So that later I can tell you what it is if you figure that out. Since you're just grabbing it and pocketing it, I can look back and see what the reference was.
You said 218?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So that later when you ask me, what was that hairbrush?
Yep.
You tell me, I'll be like, where was it?
Because I ain't thinking about it right now. I'm just taking it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pocket it. Ivory hairbrush, silver bristles.
And I got a lot of hair, so it's not like
Sure.
All right, so we've got a bit of loot.
The only other passageway was
assuming we make it out alive.
There was another path that headed to the, I guess, east or right on your screen over here with some steps that ascended upwards.
That's
Alright.
where we came
Fireboy.
from, right?
Fireboy, would you like to go first?
It came from the north, so it's heading in the direction.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then there's the exit that you came from, which you chose to go north at the crypts instead of south, so there's sort of other options. Okay, as you enter there, the chanting grows louder. And it becomes more obvious what the words are. You can hear the phrase, "he is," as you're sort of entering that zone there. Ghostly chanting, it's louder.
But it's still just sort of echoing up and down the chambers. We can't tell a specific location.
Not exactly.
I am, I think, going to continue going straight, which I guess is up another flight here.
Yeah, there is another flight of steps.
Okay.
And as you do, the chanting gets a little bit quieter. It's still present, but it's definitely quieter. You are able to sort of round around a corner there, and you can see, Urgoth, a plank wooden table flanked by long benches. Roll perception, Urgoth, as you enter this room.
Okay.
Urgoth, there are bones strewn around in the dirt. They are human bones. And they have signs of like knife marks and fork marks on them.
Did you say fork?
Yes.
Cannibal
There are human bones strewn around with knife marks and fork marks on them. Around this table.
He grabs one of the bones and he says, "These bones got teeth marks on them."
Cannibals.
Yeah, there are alcoves around this room to the north, to the, I guess what would be like the east, and then to the south.
I say, Wet Rock, my friend, you started going down this hallway here. I think I'll join you. This room gives me the creeps.
Aye. So we're moving down the hallway.
Wet Rock, as you head this way, you see crypts to your left and right. They
Yeah.
are sealed with stone slabs, and you can see names written on them.
No one else in these rooms, though, huh?
You don't see anything, but you do see sealed crypts here.
What
You're
are the
able to see their
names?
names there. At the one to your immediate north, if you move up, you can read it, but you can see that it's sort of got a name there. As you move up, it says Rosvalda Durst.
Hmm. And then
The
there's
name,
crypt at
name
the
of one of
bottom.
the name of one of the children.
Right.
And this one says Thornbolt Durst.
That's the boy.
Yes.
Nothing in the middle here.
No. Rosvalda Durst on this slab and Thornbolt Durst on this slab.
These kids are fucking haunting me.
And
you-
somebody had their bodies, right?
Yeah,
I
he has
have
their
them.
bodies.
I
Yeah,
have
do you think we should open it up and see what's in there?
definitely.
Which one are you pulling on?
I pull the girls first. She was
Okay.
older, right?
Yeah, the bottom one
Oh, sorry.
is the girl. Or no, I'm sorry, the top one is the girl. I apologize.
That's fine. All right.
As you pull on the slab, it eventually gives way, and in there you see a like coffin.
I move the top off.
It is empty. It's on a stone bier.
Yeah, I go to my backpack. I pick out the larger skull and a few of the other bones because I forgot in my haste to respect their remains that I needed to keep them separate. So
You're able to tell.
I picked the bigger skull and just a few of the other bones, and I lay them in there.
As you
sweetly.
as you do that, as you lay those bones in there, Amy, the ghost of Rose, leaves you, and you can feel her like exit your body and fly towards the grave. And yeah, you
Okay.
feel relieved by that.
And then I go down. I'm gonna do the same thing for the boy.
Yeah, you open it up, and similarly, you find an empty coffin, and you're able to place the child's skeletal remains into the coffin. And you see before you, just briefly, the image of a ghostly image of a young boy clutching a teddy bear. And then he
God
fades from your vision and disappears into the coffin.
I think he's definitely crying, and he's in a way.
Pergament comes over and takes.
He's trying to not let him know that he's crying. So mostly he's trying to disguise it behind a lot of like snorts and like snotty nose sounds. But he's in a way.
Yeah, I come over and give you like kind of a bro hug, you know?
Yeah.
And Wet Rock, would you like me to say a small prayer for these two lost souls?
Aye.
Okay. I've got, a little candle, a little incense, and I can do a fairly decent little graveside service.
Okay, so I want Wet Rock and Bagmo can take inspiration for this.
Right. Inspo.
There are two other crypts directly across. What is Ergoth? What is Ergoth and Bert Beasley? What are they feeling and thinking?
Well, we should probably check out these other two crypts.
I will go with.
As you approach, you notice two sealed stone slabs there.
Can we read the names? Do they have names?
Yes, they have names on them. The one that Ergoth is immediately looking at says Gustav Durst. And
Gustav Durst.
the one to the south says Elizabeth Durst.
Interesting. Do they appear to have been opened or tampered with?
Roll me investigation. None that you can discern.
Interesting. Well, it doesn't look like these have been opened. Should we just leave them as they are?
I'm not inclined to touch too much around here unless it's a treasure chest. That being said, I think I want to take a quick look at this thing in front of me. Do I notice anything weird about my particular crypt
No.
opening?
It says Gustav Durst, and it is a sealed tomb, just like the others of the children.
Got it. Does anybody have a Gustav in their backpack?
Gustav,
No.
you roll me insight. Gustav, you assume is the father.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw Walter, you saw one without a name, you saw Gustav, and you saw Elizabeth, and you're assuming with 17 that Gustav is the father and Elizabeth is the mother.
That does make sense.
You know, those other coffins were empty. They look the same. I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to disturb mine. I'm
If we
going
can
to.
bust these ghosts, this could be our headquarters.
I think we
Don't
need to
mind
take
me.
care of
I
the
would-
chanting first.
I
Yeah.
would prefer
Yeah.
other environments.
Don't mind me. I'm emotional.
Yeah, Bert Beasley doesn't think a haunted house is really the next site of, Gorkinson's satellite office.
Man, this dude is just wiping his eyes and saying, "You're right. You're probably right."
So which way are you guys heading?
I think we're continuing down the hallway here.
As you continue on the hallway, Urgoth, you recognize the same spiral staircase that you came down with to begin with, as you sort of looped your way back.
I think we got to go back to that one long hallway.
Ah,
I'm
the
going to.
creepy hallway.
I'm just going to say, well, we found the treasure. I guess we'll go back up now.
Erica.
As you head right into that alcove, Wet Rock.
Oh boy.
No, Wet Rock, you. No, Wet Rock, you did something.
Okay, I came in here.
A creature unfurls from the ceiling as you enter that alcove, and this creature, it snarls at you. You didn't see it at first, and you're right on top of it.
Yeah, I was.
And it is going to bite at you from above. It flails down a tentacle at you, and it rolls an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
It does 11 slashing damage to you, and it grabs you. And Wet Rock, you are grabbed and pulled up to the ceiling by it.
All right.
Oh,
I
shit.
say something like, "What?"
And then it attacks you with its beak.
Again?
Yep, and it does 4 piercing damage to you for a total of 15 damage.
Yep. A total
And
of-
Wet,
It done
Let me
whooped my ass, and I'm unconscious.
Oh,
you're
no.
you're unconscious.
Yep.
All right, let me turn off the sword noises because that's kind of a bit much.
Well, it's misleading, is what it is.
It sounds like there's a battle, not just
Giving it hell.
you getting killed.
Yeah, no, I just got totally bamboozled in the pantry.
Well,
I walk into the larder, and some bird demon is trying to rip my face off.
yeah, everybody roll initiative as Wet Rock is sucked up by a thing and like chomped on it, and Wet Rock's body falls down on the ground unconscious beneath it.
You want me to roll initiative too, or
Yeah.
dead? Okay.
Yeah, you're rolling initiative.
I cannot. Where the?
You're not dead yet. You're just unconscious.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself for not being able to find. Oh, there it is. Man, I have really been on fire today.
Well, hey, you banished some ghosts, and
So Urgoth, you're the first one that notices this, as Wetrock gets smacked by something that he didn't notice on the ceiling, and it ripped him up to the ceiling and bit him, and then his body falls down unconscious and bleeding out. What do you do, Urgoth?
So I hear the yelp, and I come charging down, and I should be able to make it there, I think, in my normal movement.
Yep.
And I am going to give this. Okay, so a quick ruling I'd like from you.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I see here. I was going to ask if the Wickle would have reach, but I see right here it doesn't.
What is the Wickle's reach? What is its reach?
By default, it's range 10, so it does have reach.
Yes, 10-foot ceiling here.
Okay, good. So I am going to then take a step back then and give this thing a stab with my Wickle.
You're still gonna have to get like up on it because it's 10 feet above you, attached to the ceiling.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So you're not gonna be able to get 10 feet vertically away from it and still hit it, but you can hit it.
Man,
13 is a miss. 13 is a miss. Wetrock, you're up. Roll me a death save.
What? Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course. Well, for some reason I can't do a death save. It's from D&D Beyond. How do you roll it?
Make your HP be 0, and then it'll automatically on D&D Beyond,
did.
and it'll automatically bring them up.
Yeah, it did bring it up, but I can't. There's no button.
Well, just roll a straight up D20. You can do it in roll 20
Yeah. Okay.
because there's no modifiers to it. It's just a 20-sided die.
Yep. Just straight D20.
That is 2 failed death saves. As you're watching.
Do you realize this is the same thing that happened last time?
The
We
blood.
got and I got attacked.
The blood starts to rush out of Wetrock's neck where he got chomped down on, and you can see that he's in real trouble. The monstrous thing on the ceiling sort of slithers across the ceiling, crawling, and snaps down a tentacle at Urgoth. Does a 21 hit?
Of course it does.
It does.
It does. You ass.
It does 13 slashing to you.
Oh, and now that's me dead.
Seriously. Where are these? Like, why are we starting at level 1 if these guys can kill us in one strike?
It crits on you with the beak attack, so that's 2 failed death saves to you.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh shit.
Bagmo, you're up.
So
Bagmo, I would suggest rescuing Urgoth.
Can I get to him this turn?
Yeah, you could jump over the table and get over there.
Okay.
All right, you have 3 HP. Bert Beasley.
Urgoth, you're back.
Bert.
Wetrock is about to make his 3rd death save in a moment.
Yeah, he's gonna have to live with it, I guess.
He could use his inspiration to pass to do 2 rolls, right?
Yes, of course.
I'm
Bert
saving it for the last one, but thank you, Amy.
Beasley.
Yeah, well, if you want to roll that for your death save, I will let you backtrack that and use your inspiration.
No, I wanted to save it for the last one. I mean, I'll take chance on the first 2, but
all right.
I think I'll use my inspiration on the last one.
All right, well, Bert, you're up.
Bert Beasley is going to hurl a javelin at the creature on the roof.
Okay.
hits
hit.
it for sure.
Yeah. Ooh, it lets out a yelp as that does some serious damage to it.
And then as a bonus action, Bert Beasley will then cast Compel Duel onto this critter to give it a disadvantage attacking anyone but himself.
Does it get a save against that, or?
It's a Wisdom 12.
Okay. $19.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Berghoff.
And then he's since Bert Beasley is like pretty beefy, he's just gonna run over here and maybe he'll take a hit. Who knows?
Okay.
And that's it.
Berghoff McCoy, you're up.
Okay, so I have just been accosted by this thing, and just as a purely reflexive action here, I hurl the flame I've been using as a light at it.
Okay.
And do I just need to do a d20 to see if it hits?
Yeah. What do you use? A cantrip? Or is it?
It is a
recast?
it is a extension of my produce flame cantrip.
Yeah. Roll whatever your spell if it's a spell attack.
Yep. Let me see.
It's going to be your spell attack plus d20.
Let me see what happens if I just roll it there.
That's a hit.
Okay. Does that work okay for me to do it that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does 2 fire damage. It lets out a horrible hiss. Not dead though. Wet Rock. Roll me the last death save or get a new character.
Yep. Well, I don't care either way.
You have inspiration.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Let's do it.
I want to try to save this guy's life, but
yeah,
if he has to go,
so just roll one first. Roll a d20 first,
right,
and then
roll another one.
That's a pass.
Okay,
you succeed.
All right.
The Grick thing is up, and it's going to strike at Bert Beasley.
It'll never hit me.
12 to hit.
Not even close.
And then it can't use its bite attack because it didn't hit. Bagmo, you're up.
Ah, crap.
That's a miss.
Yep.
Bert Beasley.
Bert Beasley will show you how it's done.
He puts his spectacles in his jacket pocket.
That's a hit, Bert.
It's a single hand.
Okay. The creature, I think, falls down onto the ground, but still sort of like snarls at you all. Urgoth, it's right next to you now. Tentacles and beak flailing.
Okay. I am going to give it a stab with my Wickawa.
That's what it looks like.
No.
It is a miss.
Octopus, bird, like
yeah, 12 misses.
Sarlacc. Hey.
Wet Rock, roll me another death save.
But of course, I still got my inspiration.
You
right?
still do. You still do.
All right, I'm rolling to save myself from death.
Come on, Wet Rock. That's a pass. 2 successes, 2 fails.
All right, Wet Rock rolls over and just like puffs up a bunch of blood onto the floor.
The monstrous thing is up. It's still engaged, I think, with Bert Beasley and is going to attack him again. 10 to hit.
That's about 8 less or 9 less than it needs to be.
Oh, you've got a lot of armor. It may have to go for somebody else. Bagmo, you're up. How smart is this thing? Not very.
Okay, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
21.
Yeah.
God damn, how smart is this thing?
Not very smart, very wise.
Very wise. So.
Very lucky with the dice roll.
Bert, you're up again.
Well, it's working well so far.
That'll do it.
And then he's gonna finish it off with a furious slash.
Yep, that does it. Describe how it looks.
Bert Beasley just cleanly slices off all its little tentacles there.
And then
Is
what?
That's it. You know.
I guess he himself is a big tentacle, so he also is sliced.
What's it gonna do without its little tentacles? You know,
Yeah,
nothing.
you're just gonna take his tentacles and be like, "Now go live as a humble worm."
Yeah. And things get more quiet again.
Wow.
You know, Pagamo's not feeling great about herself right now.
Urgoth, it's your turn. We're still in initiative because you have a character that is making death saves.
Yeah, I'm dead shit. Or almost.
The creature is dead. Urgoth, it's your turn. You see Wet Rock coughing up blood lying on the ground. You see Bagmo injured badly, and you yourself are quite injured and bit.
I'm not injured, am I?
No, I guess just Urgoth is injured.
Okay. I am going to see to my teammates first, and I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Wet Rock
All right, Wet
to
Rock.
bring him around.
You regain 5 HP. You're conscious, and everybody's out of initiative.
All right.
The chanting you are able to hear again.
Who's the most injured at the moment?
I'm at 3.
Should we try and take a short rest somewhere?
We could go to one of the rooms with the beds in it, and not the piss-soaked one, but one of the others.
Yeah, roll insight. Everybody.
Oh, okay.
Just do. All right. Wet Rock and Bagmo, you guys were there for a while and nothing bothered you. That's all you get. Took you a while to search through all those things and nothing seemed to bug you.
We could even go to one of the crypts, that we opened.
I don't know if Wet Rock could emotionally handle that.
Can I take a action, Jeff?
What are you doing? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna burn my last spell slot and cure wounds on myself.
Are you sure about that?
I am.
As opposed to taking a short rest and
we should take a short rest because we're gonna need our spell slot. Probably.
I don't know how I feel about taking a rest in this place. I say as I look around with literally the gnawed on femur of a human right beside me here in this room.
Maybe not in this room.
Yeah, in this room. This is the room with all the bones.
Yeah, we can go back to the bedroom.
This is Cannibal Island room. I don't know.
No, there's some nice beds, a little moldy, but
I'll be honest. I don't know about any of these rooms, and I'm thinking.
But like, if we're in battle though with whoever is chanting,
probably gonna die.
You don't have to. Hopefully, we can just get out of here before they find out who we are.
And if we go to sleep here, they're just
no, not sleep. A short rest, just an hour.
Oh, okay.
That's just like sitting down.
Well,
Big house.
I hurt really bad, so
You have 2 hit die that you're able to spend, or 1 hit die. No, 2 hit die.
So I will follow y'all if y'all want to take a quick breather, but I'm gonna have to do something.
Can you zap us back to one of the rooms?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to go to the straw rooms where the major cultists were, like where you found the treasure?
That one. That
Okay.
one for sure.
I'll take you there.
I'll take you there. You know,
You
should
got-
we just go to the kids' room? There's almost no chance they'll ever come there looking for anybody alive.
You guys make your way back to the room with the well and the 4 rooms around it.
We should just all go to the same room and then take our rest there.
Yeah, the one that didn't get peed on.
Big room, big room, big room. Yeah. Stay away from this room right here. This one. I guess it's not doing my. There we go. That one.
Okay.
That's the P room.
What are you guys doing during your short rest? I assume burning hit die.
Yes.
You can roll up to 2 hit die to recover hit points. And anybody that recovers spell slots or anything else on a short rest can get them back.
Hit die. Where are they at on your character sheet?
Are you on roll 20?
If you go up on the
He's on D&D Beyond.
There's
Yeah.
a button for short rest up there.
It has the little like.
Oh yeah, I got it. Yep. And then reset maximum HP changes to automatically apply healing with dice result. Yeah, we'll just do it that way. Roll hit die.
Urgoth gets back 11 HP.
Duty.
Yep, you have another one you can burn.
Yeah, I know.
You can't have just one. What's your constitution mod?
I have two.
What's your constitution modifier?
0.
Oh shit. Okay. Never mind.
He's a delicate flower or wet
Yep.
rock.
Wait, don't we have a healing potion?
You do.
Maybe you should take that.
You purchased healing potions.
A number of them, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you purchased a bunch of healing potions.
Did I?
Yeah,
Somebody-
so you can drink one of those since you're
I did get a few for the crew.
but
Yeah, I'll take one. I don't know where. I probably didn't log them.
How many
right.
did you guys buy? I don't recall.
There was like 2.
Okay. They are 2d4 plus 2 for each one.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2. I'm gonna take 1.
Okay.
2d4. How do I add a modifier?
Just we can add it in our heads.
If you go to
Okay.
advanced dice roller, it'll let you.
So that's
roll
6.
anything you want.
6. So I get 6 extra points.
6 extra points back. So you regain.
Okay, so I'm back to 11 out of 15. I'm in a good-
You're at yeah. You have another hit die you can roll too.
I rolled it. It sucked. I
What'd
don't
you-
want to talk about it.
Okay, I only see the one. What
yeah,
was
we
your
only
other
see one.
It was a 1 again.
one? Wait,
Oh.
you rolled 2 1s?
Yep.
Oh my god.
And then I just did it again. I mean, for one of the 2 D4s, it's not my night for rolling, man.
That's just bad rolling.
They,
Okay.
they hate my IP address. They said, fuck you. And I said,
All right.
all right, I'll take it.
All right. Well, an hour has passed without much event.
During the rest,
Yeah, Urgoth, what are you doing?
would I have been able to sit to have a think while I recuperated and refreshed myself?
Yeah, please tell me what you're
about-
thinking about.
I'm thinking about this windmill sword.
You don't detect any. Well, roll me Arcana check. You don't detect any arcane properties to it. The blade is clearly silvered, so it is another silvered weapon. So it would be useful against certain creatures that are vulnerable to silvered weapons. You know, werewolves, but maybe something else. You know, I don't know what your legend lore is, but
I come out
Cool.
of the room and I look at him in the face and I say, "Are you familiar with a cartoon called Don Coyote?"
What's a cartoon?
no Wet Rock.
And he just kind of slumps up against this column and sits back down.
All right. Interesting.
There's a real cartoon called Don Coyote, by the way.
So Urgoth,
They tilted at some windmills.
Don Quixote. Okay. It's a red windmill. You remember it as you saw it on the worked into the artwork of the family crest. It was on the shield when you first entered, and you assume that it is probably the it is like the emblazoning, and it was also on a weapon that was above the mantle. You assume that it is probably like the family sigil of the Durst family.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
Maybe they owned a windmill. Maybe they were millers at one point.
And so this is a short sword.
Yeah, a silvered short sword.
Got it.
The chanting just continues.
Yeah, Bert Beasley, who says, he who hesitates, it's lost, and time is money. Who knows what's going on with all this chanting? We should probably go see what's what. Who knows what spells they're casting while we sit around and diddle daddle.
What way are you going, Bert?
Oh, back to that one hallway we didn't go down, the long one.
All right.
Well, there were several paths. There was the room full of the bones that led southward, and then there was the long.
There's one. I think it's
over this way.
I believe it was.
Yeah, it's
this
down
one.
here.
Yeah, that one.
All right. Yeah, Bert. As you sort of enter this room, hang on. Allow me to just sort of modify things just a little bit here. The chanting is louder coming from down that long hallway. You can make out.
Bert Beasley would like to tell everyone that we should try to sneak up. No reason to go charging in.
Yeah. Roll me. You're sneaking up and being cautious, Bert.
Oh, for sure.
Are you leading the path, or are you letting someone else take lead?
Bert Beasley is really inspired by all those leadership posters that you see, of like lead from the front. So he's gonna roll.
Roll me perception, Bert.
Oh, all right. Not very perceptive.
You don't notice much, but you do hear the chant, and you can start to hear it say, "He is ancient. He is the land."
Oh, hell.
I wonder if they're talking about that little baby.
He is ancient. He is the land.
Yeah, nowhere to go, but I think sneaking along.
Probably Dracula, right? Dracula. He is ancient as shit. I guess he killed enough people to make an argument.
Bert, stop. Something happens. As Bert steps on that area, Bert, the ground gives way beneath you, and you fall down into a pit. And Urgoth, you see this happen before you fall, Bert, there is a trapped pit there
Oh,
that becomes visible only after you stepped on it. You were not perceptive enough to notice the lack of footprints there. As you fall downwards into this pit, and you take 6 bludgeoning damage from the fall, and you take 4 piercing damage from sharpened wooden spikes in the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah. Damn.
Well,
for
that's
10
unfortunate.
for 10 damage total.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can
pit-
add.
The pit is 10 feet deep.
You done fell into a tiger pit.
Bert Beasley is right hurt down this pit, and obviously he cannot get out of a 10-foot pit.
Shit, no. And he's also stabbed. He made.
Oh yeah.
Killed there.
We'll help you out. And honestly, this makes me like you more because I've been so eaten up with jealousy that you've been landing all the hits and you can do magic and you're smarter than me. And now your ass fell into a pit. Maybe we can be buds after all.
But now he's holy, so I don't know if that makes you jealous. He's more holy than he went in to the pit.
All right.
Wow. Bert Beasley is very ashamed. He knows this would never have happened to Gork Jr., his older brother.
So who's helping Bert out of the pit?
I'll help him out of the pit.
Okay.
It could be a team effort.
That's right.
You're able to pull him up out of the pit, and the pit is about 5 feet across, so it's not difficult for you to, now that you see it, cross over it.
Yeah, I guess that's it, huh?
So we all just jumping easily over the pit now?
Yep, you're able to easily clear it now that you can see it. As you come around here, there are some steps heading upwards to the east, and then there are further steps heading downwards. Heading upwards towards other rooms to this direction, and then there are further steps heading down this way. As you can see, Urgoth.
I think I'm going to keep continuing straight, which is to say down.
You wrap downwards, and as you head downwards, there is a 20-foot long staircase. As you descend, the chanting begins to get louder and louder and louder, and it becomes clear.
Go ahead.
It becomes clear that the chanting is coming from down this hole.
As I descend the stair, I'm going to go ahead and relight my fire to help light our way and to help me feel better about where we're going.
Yeah, you're at the top of the step. Does everybody want to descend down these steps where the chanting is coming from louder and louder?
Are we in shape to go fight some guys?
Bert Beasley wants to use the last of his health pool on himself.
That's fair.
Bert, as you do this to yourself, and everybody gathers at the top of the steps, you can hear the chanting growing louder and louder from down in the pit. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where we will leave it for the night, and pick up next week.
To go heroically die.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
And just
There's
when
no way that Wet Rock is making it out of here. He's gonna die. He has 15 hit points total, and he's only at a fraction of that. Someone is going to kill him.
Wait, you use 1 health potion and 2 hit dice?
Yeah, and I got 11 out of 15 back.
Nice. I mean, those are the odds, huh?
Now, if your characters die, you're going to get new characters. I'm going to tell you straight up right now, this is a deadly campaign. And there are real things that will kill your characters, and I will 100% kill you if you play it wrong. So you might as well think about what your next character is.
I mean, we've almost died to every encounter. Just a pack of wolves, a slug on the ceiling.
They were dire wolves. My God, they were dire wolves. Not just
Well, Well, the good news is you were supposed to start this dungeon at level 1. You started it at level 2. You're if you survive and you level up.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm also ready to die. So we'll see what happens.
You still have another healing potion you can drink.
That's right. I got one more.
All right. We will see you guys next time.
On the
Farewell.
end.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.